Good morning, friends. You are most welcome to Civil Affairs channel. Today we are going to discuss social anthropology by Maan IGNOU. Here we will discuss gender and society mane004 and our topic is women's movement in the post-colonial period. Let us begin the topic. The period after India's independence is called post-colonial period. Immediately after independence, India had to deal with a variety of problems. Years of colonial domination had destroyed our indigenous craft and depleted our natural resources. Industrialization, changing technology, illiteracy, lack of mobility all resulted in the inability of women to cope with the new order. During this period, the social reformists tried to channelize the Indian society by introducing constitutional and legal provisions and protecting the society and the women from discrimination and by providing equality to all the citizens irrespective of caste, creed, race, religion and sex. A few of the prominent movements are Telangana movement, Chipko movement and Tiarak movement. Telangana movement. The Telangana movement began in 1946 and continued till 1951. It is one of the two major post-war insurrectionary peasant struggle in India. The Telangana movement 1946 to 1951 was a protest of the people who wanted both food and freedom from the oppressive regime of Nizam Patils Jagirdars in Hyderabad state. The peasants on the Nizam's personal estate were bonded to the ruler. Under Jagirdari system, various illegal taxes and forced labor were extracted from peasants by the landlord. Apart from this, there were the Deshmukh and Deshpandes, principal revenue officers of a district, who became landowners over time, or tax collectors of the Nizam, who grabbed thousands of the acres of the land and made it their own property. Peasants thus became tenants at will. One common social phenomena was the Veti system of the forced labor and exaction imposed on all peasant sections in varying degrees. Each family had to send someone to collect wood for fuel, carry post to other villages, carry supplies, etc. Footwear, agricultural implements, post pots or cloth had to be supplied free to landlords. Another system that prevailed was keeping of peasant girls as slaves in the landlord's house. When landlord's daughters were married, these were often sent with them to serve as concubines. When the exactions of the landlords reached the point of evicting peasants from their land, the peasants began to resist. Sporadic struggles were launched in 1946 against the Deshmukhs of Visunur, Suryapet, Baba Sahebpet or Kalluru. Large number of women who were desperate because of extreme poverty, slavery and sexual exploitation by the feudal lords fought courageously in this movement. In order to mobilize and develop political acumen among women, the Communist Party formed a women's organization which published a women's journal, Andhra Vanita. Andhra Vanitha. Through this, they campaigned against child marriage, widow remarriage, increased wages, etc. Crucially affected by the oppression of landlords and moneylenders, women who were a large section of the agricultural labor and tobacco leaf pickers became militant in the struggle of land, better wages, fair rent, reasonable interest on cash and grain loans grain loans. Among the bonded class, rape becoming concubines to landlords, married daughters, etc., were prevalent. The oppression of the upper class women was kept under wraps as the violence they faced was not visible and structural parda was strictly observed both by high caste Hindu and Muslim women. Child marriage and early widowhood were common. Education for women was unheard of. In Telangana, the cultural dominance of Muslim feudal rule kept women out of the mainstream for long, Andhra Mahasabha, which sprung up to assert the cultural identity of the people, added women's education to their agenda of constitutional reform and civil liberties. Thus, many women who were drawn into the cultural movements drew closer to the Communist Party, which was working through the Andhra Mahasabha. When the Andhra Mahasabha added basic agrarian reforms to its program of action, these women also plunged into the struggle. Women from all classes participated in the movement with energy and commitment, where both the urban middle class as well as the peasant section of the population drew their support slowly but surely into the movement. The Communist Party, which seriously took up issues of social reforms for women like widow remarriage, prohibition of child marriage, education for women, and opportunities, also began to identify women of ability to make the movement stronger. Some of the women who took active part in the movement were Dubala Salamma, Dubla Salamma, Kamla Amma, Dubla Sala Amma, Dubla Salamma, C.H. Kamla Amma, Regulla Achamma, Chityala Alamma, Pesaru Satbamma, Malla Swarajyam, Dayani Kausalya, Pramila Tel, Chakilam Lalithamma, Bulemma Narsamma, Vajramma, Saidamma, Sugandamma, etc. The Communist Party in Andhra served as a rear base for the Telangana struggle, arranging for relief and supplies. The entry of the Indian Army into Hyderabad in September 1948 brought about the surrender of the Nizam and the disbanding of the Rajakars. The force of the army was then turned on the peasants, and Communist Party was banned, and repression increased. The rich peasantry withdrew its support once the Nizam was gone, and the squad had to move into the forest. Finally, the struggle was withdrawn in 1951. Some changes took place after the withdrawal. Forced labor was abolished, villages became active, and people registered the return of the old Jagirdari system. The demand for division along linguistic zones to facilitate all round political, social, and cultural development of the people was also subsequently pushed forward. More important was the fact that it had set a revolutionary tradition among Telugu people. Thank you very much.